cosplayer for 5 years now, but as a beginner, I mainly stayed on the side of closet cosplays, to keep things easy and affordable. With a versatile closet and just a few unique items, you can already create a multitude of different characters, especially if you choose ones with simple outfits. You don't always have to replicate everything they wear. Sometimes it can be enough to recreate the general vibe the character gives off, especially if the character isn't even human. But after gathering experience for a few years, I wanted to take the next step and start crafting actual clothing pieces for the cosplays, as that's the main fun part of the hobby for me. So, keeping it easy for starters, I went for characters where I would only have to make one big piece to put the whole outfit together. Miya Chinen or Howl. Customizing a basic green hoodie to end up as Mia's iconic cat hoodie should be easy enough. I only had to crop it here and there, use the scrap fabric to sew on some ears, and paint it. For Howl, I had to create the whole jacket from scratch. But he's always been a goal since I first started, so this was really just a milestone to be reached sooner or later. I grabbed an old curtain, laid on top of it, and traced my general proportions onto it. Then I used those markings to create a general sketch of the individual pieces I would need to make. Instead of making a straight back like any jacket, I gave it some extra space, shaped like the part of a circle, because I know that's how dresses and skirts work, so that the back of the jacket could be extra flowy. After all, this jacket of his is almost a cape, and I've made myself a cape before. After the sketching phase, I cut out the pieces, leaving a lot of seaming allowance in case I sketched them too small. You can still cut it off later or hem it away, but if you cut too small, you'll have to make a new piece. The sleeves were extra challenging because of the shoulder part, so with a lot of trial and error, I eventually arrived at something that kind of worked. Then I painted the parts with a mix of acrylic paint and fabric softener, because I'm too cheap to buy textile paint. Once the individual pieces were ready, I could finally start assembling the whole thing. This was the most exciting part, and the most difficult part at the same time. Putting together the front patchwork was fun, but the sleeves drained my life energy for a while. In the end, I added some silky red fabric as a lining. I didn't put any of that into the sleeves, though. And that's it already. I'll admit the jacket isn't comfortable, and I only lay it onto my shoulders rather than putting it on properly. But that fits the character, so you can't really complain. It looks great in pictures and videos, and that's all I needed it to do. Originally, all of this was supposed to be an intro for my first completely crafted cosplay, Wanderer from Genshin Impact. But this turned out a little long for an intro, so we will just see it as a tutorial in itself, and you will get to Wanderer in the next video. See you then!